Hi, I'm Carly Samuelson, Senior Consultant here at Zuri Group, specializing in digital and peer-to-peer fundraising, donor management, and building successful fundraising strategy. My family has a really long history raising money for charity. When I was growing up, my dad would run marathons with the team and training program for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society in memory of a family friend who had passed away from the disease. Fast forward to my graduation from the University of Maryland, and I'm looking through the newspaper, yes, the newspaper, for jobs, and came across an ad for the team and training program that they needed a campaign assistant. So I sent in my resume, interviewed, got the job, and the rest is history. After 9 years with the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, I decided to move on and continued my professional career with organizations like Operation Homefront, the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation of America, the American Cancer Society, and Heifer International. I've also provided fundraising strategy and support for hundreds of nonprofits who participate in the Austin Marathon's Austin Gives Miles program. What I love most about fundraising is the strategy behind it. Fundraising is a lot like putting together a jigsaw puzzle. You have to move pieces around, you've got to look at them, try them in different areas, and sometimes they just don't work. So you've got to set it aside and come back to it later. Fundraising strategy is very similar, but when you try things in new places, look at things a different way, the whole picture will come together in a beautiful way. I have three trends that I'm watching very closely right now: generational giving, virtual events, and recurring gift programs. Generational giving, as your current donor base ages, it's becoming more and more important to inspire and to connect with millennial and younger generations because they are the future of funding some of our most important missions. Organizations that are working right now to find ways to reach younger demographics and to engage them in their cause are going to create a rich giving history for themselves that's going to continue to fund their important work for years to come. Events are becoming increasingly popular as peer-to-peer fundraising is undergoing a shift in our country. More and more people want to stay in their communities, in their neighborhoods, and in their local areas when they support a mission. And because of that, virtual events and community walks are becoming increasingly popular. I am watching this trend very closely to see how it affects not only some of the largest national traditional peer-to-peer campaigns, but how smaller organizations can leverage this shift in order to create more revenue for their organization. Remember those millennials I was talking about earlier? Recurring gifts is a great way to engage a younger generation in your giving right now. By asking for smaller but more frequent donations, you are creating a new revenue stream for your organization while providing a platform to appreciate, thank, and to educate a younger demographic of giver. It's a win-win for your organization because the work you do now is going to solidify their support for years to come. Really like this question, and the answer 100% is more personal outreach. Today's communication is fast, it's automated, it comes through on our phones, and we're used to it. So much so that I think as organizations, we tend to not rely on some of our old school communication techniques, picking up the phone, writing a handwritten note, and maybe even meeting in person. So I believe that a solid stewardship plan for peer-to-peer fundraisers and your donors in general must include a variety of ways of communication. So you can mix technology with those traditional ways of meeting your donors where they are. And I think that what's going to happen is that you create more open lines of communication, you learn more about your constituent base, and you are able to use that to become action items and revenue generation for your organization. This is a hard question for me to answer because one size does not fit all when it comes to fundraising technology. Something that would work great for one organization, maybe another's worst nightmare. And one thing that I've seen throughout my years in nonprofit is that it is important to make sure that the data that you have and what you're using to guide your fundraising strategy is sound. So I guess my magic eraser would actually make the entire info gathering process a little bit more seamless and easy. It would help make sure that the information that is being collected and then putting into your database is accurate. It's the way you need it so that you can turn your reporting around and get the answers you need. If we had that crystal ball of who your supporters are, what they love to do, how they like to be talked to, you would be able to really put together a plan for strategy and stewardship that would be out of this world. Now that you've heard my magic eraser, I want to hear yours. So what's something that you would like help with? Is it on your donation form? Is it in strategy, on your website, or with your peer-to-peer fundraising events? Leave a comment below and I look forward to responding. Thanks.